Hey, I'm Joel Wanasek. I'm a pro mixer and co-founder of NailTheMix.com, the coolest place to learn how to mix music on the internet. And today, I'm going to react to and break down the mix of Falling in Reverse, Watch the World Burn. This song is on fire right now, and honestly, this is like one of the coolest videos I think anyone's ever made in the genre. So let's take a look at this. This is mixed and produced by Tyler Smyth, who's an absolute freaking badass. Tyler has just been killing it on top of the charts right now. He's a great dude and good buddy of mine. So let's break it down and see how Tyler did. Sick drip loop start. All right, I already like it.
Yeah, I got voices in my head.
All right, we're going hip hop. This is cool.
Tread carefully, and I don't medicate it, helps me temporarily. I got problems.
Okay, so what I like right away in the mix is everything is kind of subdued. Vocals are super loud, right? So you've got, you know, like the drip loop, we'll call it like the spooky loop. In there, you got some downbeat hits, some, you know, like orchestral things. That's the word I want to use. Kind of in the background, vocals very dry up center.
I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying. I think I need some therapy. I battled.
And we're bringing in like the low octave vocoder kind of stuff to support the voice. So vocals are very main, up front, compressed, not overly bright or anything like that, not sibilant. They're just like very mid-range. And like I said, you know, everything else is just kind of down in the mix to support that.
I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that it
Trap snare.
passive aggressive, I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah. I actually battle my demons and shadows, equipping the deep and the creep in the shallow.
That flow is sick. It's good. All right, so we bring in the choirs. A lot of mid-range going on. Like this isn't like a super carved, super scooped, spread out kind of mix. You know what I mean? It's more gelled and kind of warm. Yeah, like listen to how much mid-range is in those choirs. You know, it fills a ton of space. You have a bright hat that's super loud, but like the choirs really eat a lot of the mid-range. You have the sub push. In some hip hop, sometimes people really overblow the subs in the mix. This is actually a little bit more balanced, and I like that. You know what I mean? It makes it more listenable and helps your brain focus on the flow of the vocal and not so much boom, boom, boom down on the bottom, you know? The sub 808 thing is pretty clean sounding. It doesn't have a lot of distortion on it or anything like that. It's close to a sine wave. You know, there's a little bit of stuff on it, but it's not like distorted like you know, like some stuff in hip hop gets. Okay, I like how the dubs in the voice, when you listen to da-da-da-ba, those accent vocals that are stereo are just as loud as the main vocal. Like it really helps it make it pop. Nice drop with the vocoder voice up there. Listen to how loud that backing vocal is, where it's like down and out. What was the budget for this music video? I mean, geez, it's outrageous.
I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post with some fun like dominoes.
I love the Waka Flocka flame throwouts there. I'm a huge fan from like back in the day, like old school. And one thing I always love is the amount of ad-lib backing stuff. So I love like the shouts there. You know, there's quite a few things in this song so far that I've heard that kind of like reminisce certain things I love about, you know, certain genres of music and stuff like that and certain artists. So it's kind of cool how they kind of put all of this together. So far, so cool.
You'll never get rid of me. Too many enemies whipping my imagery. You know my history in it.
Yeah, same kind of mix on the instrumental. A lot of vocals going in and out here. I think one of the masterful parts of this mix so far is the way the vocals are integrated. You know, there's so many sectional changes so far in this song, and the way that the vocals are kind of placed in there to just catch your attention. You know, a lot of balance, automation, and things like that. This video is so good. Like I said, I just can't imagine the budget on this thing. It's just like crazy how much energy was put into this video.
I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me because you never see a simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're like gone.
All right, we got some metalcore drums here coming in. Very standard sounding, like big cannon snare. We'll call it like Sturgis core, right? The kind of drums. Guitar is very mid-rangey on the hits. I like that. It goes good with the drums. And we go full Queen. Okay, this is kind of a cool change. I like how they went from like a hip hop trap kind of vibe, right? And a flow, like a little bit of Eminem kind of flows, you know, so the triple kind of stuff that, you know, a lot of modern rappers have been doing. And all of a sudden now we're hitting and now we're kind of into like a rock metal kind of thing. So listen to this transition. There's something frequency wise he did here that I think is really brilliant. Super villain, I'm venomous, and they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster. Listen to how much mid-range is in the voice. Any longer that's inside. The pain I'm sorry. When it goes full like pop punk rock here, you know what I mean? What happens is we're coming from that hip hoppy kind of vibe mix wise. When you're switching genres, it's really hard to get your band stuff to sound as big as the electronic stuff because electronic stuff has more space. You know, like you're mixing hip hop or pop, you know what I mean? It's not as dense. You don't have as much harmonic content in the, you know, with guitars and cymbals and all that stuff. So it's really easy to get your stuff to sound massive and loud. But then when you go to like a rock session, sometimes things get small. So one thing that Tyler did here that was freaking brilliant with that little Queen part is the amount of mid-range he pumps into the vocal there, right? And the way it resets your ear now from going from like the mid-range of like the hip hop stuff before to now it resets the ear and then it goes seamlessly into the pop punk. And if that vocal was like super carved or whatever, it might not work that way. So really, really clever mixing. And I think it's really sick. And whether it was intentional or not, it very, very good instinct. So listen to the mid-range, how it changes from the hip hop section to the rock.
You're never gonna kill me because you never see a simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're like gone. I'm a time bomb. The vibes wrong. It's like on.
So the drums change, right, with the mid-range, right? And now, because very different vibe, but the vocals really what sets the ear for when the guitar.
Syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical supervillain. I'm venomous and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the.
What an awesome transition. I mean, bravo, bravo. Okay, let's dissect this. Now we've gone like full heavy.
No tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, someone crawling.
Kicks and shells and cymbals are in there, but there's a little bit more guitar forward and vocal forward still. So I like that they still kept the vocal forward dynamic. I think it works. Like if they buried the vocals in a little bit more like you would in rock, coming from all that hip hop stuff, it wouldn't make sense. And there wouldn't be any like congruency across the mix. So the fact that he's chosen to keep going vocal up here makes a lot of sense. And I think it works. Guitars are very mid-range driven. Not a ton of bass guitar. I mean, the bass is in there. It's more in support. You know, it's not, it's more of like, this is more like drums and guitar up kind of mix. Cymbals are kind of blended in and tucked behind the shells because there's a lot of keyboards and stuff still happening. So like listen to the pads and the strings. Lead guitars, we're going full Cradle of Filth here. Oh yeah. I love it. Black metal part in the middle of the song. I love how many genres are thrown into the song. I mean, there's just so many things, like I said, that just remind me of different things in this song. It's like we went Eminem to Waka Flocka to Queen to old school Cradle of Filth. It's so well done. And I like that the lead guitar here, even though we're shredding some sweeps, the choirs are still louder. You know what I mean? Like it kind of keeps that hip hop kind of vibe to it. Now the bass guitar comes in. Yeah, okay, now our bottom end really picked up here to make this breakdown hit. There's another thing that's happening. Listen to the downbeat. I noticed a little bit of a transient smack on the hits, like bam, bam, and it hits a little bit harder on the downbeat. Check it out. It's like a little impact there to kind of give that first kick hit a little emphasis, which is sick. I mean, you know, what a good way to start off a breakdown. So what I like is like mix wise, like I said, the bottom end kind of came up here in the bass. And, you know, before we were prioritizing vocals and choirs, guitars and shells. Now it's like we're coming in full guitars, really heavy drums, bring up the bass, make it sound really heavy. And I love we go back to the same theme. Again, what is this video? Whoever came up with this, like, bravo. I mean, this is just one of the sickest videos I think I've ever seen. I mean, the song is obviously fantastic as well. But, you know, sometimes when you have, like, a sick mix, a sick video, a sick song, and you just put everything together, you know, it gets people hyped and it gives people something to talk about. And obviously this song is blowing up right now. I've gotten texted this song from a lot of friends. I mean, even, like, my old neighbor who's not even in the music industry. He's like, dude, this is sick. And he's like a death metal dude. That's like all he listens to is old school death metal. And he's like, I really like this. And I'm like, all right, you know, like when my neighbor starts texting me, I should probably check this song out. So yeah, great job. Wow. Yeah, we've gone like deathcore here. I mean, why not add another genre? Yeah, I mean, bravo. This mix is fantastic. This song is brilliantly constructed. I mean, Tyler is just one of the best in the game right now, and he's just putting up number one after number one. So hats off to Tyler. Fantastic mix. The band, great song. insane video. You know what I mean? Everything's awesome about it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this below. Of course, if you want some mixing tips, you want to learn how to mix heavy music and stuff like this, check out nailthemix.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That's at Joel Wanasek. Please click the notification bell and like and subscribe as I'm breaking these videos down a couple times a week. If you got songs that you want me to do, drop them in the comments below and I will do my best to get to them. So many great songs left to react to. Thank you so much for watching.